Hello guys. I thought I would take you into the living room today where I have a fireplace that is not connected, but I have this beautiful brick fireplace with this lovely, I don't know if you can see I don't know how well the decoration shows up, the flower shows up, but I've got the little scrolls there. Anyway, this is the fireplace in my living room. It does not work. It is disconnected. I think it probably had like a fake log in it at some point. It's a gas fireplace. So I bought these log candles, battery operated candles, when I first moved in. And I have them on different heights, and they were in the middle to kind of like look like flames inside my fireplace. And then when I started learning about collecting vinyl and how people stored it, I found that a lot of people use the vintage magazine racks as vinyl storage. And so I found this one, which I thought was great because it looks like a little fireplace grate or door. It's hard to see with an album in there. Maybe if it was a lighter album or something. That one's got a picture too. But it has like this little design on it, and I thought that it looked nice just in the fireplace itself, and it's kind of raised up. So I know, maybe it's weird, but I have some of my albums stored in here. I have a big milk crate with the bulk of my albums in it, and then I have another smaller black metal magazine rack that I have sitting next to my turntable that has like the ones that are in the heaviest rotation. And I'm running out of space. I also have a stack of them sitting beside it because I am running out of room. So I have far too many albums at this point. Well, not that you can. I don't have enough album storage space at this point. Anyway, if you are collecting vinyl and you want to collect magazine racks to put your vinyl in, good luck, because it went viral on TikTok like everything does, and then it became almost impossible to find them. And this I bought for probably $10. It's from Goodwill, but it came from a furniture store, and it's got like the furniture maker's label on it. I'm not sure how old it is, but I mean, it's for magazines, so I'm not sure what that dates it. We've had magazines for quite a while. But it's got the furniture maker on the bottom, and I thought it was a really nice piece in general. So I wanted to get it to put some of my albums in. And then I started researching these later, and these are going for like $50 to $100 on Etsy and eBay now. The wooden, really nice, solid magazine racks, because everyone's using them for that. They're either using them for collector magazines or they're using them for their albums. So it's getting really hard to find them. And I have like some funky kind of Art Deco-y kind of ones that are like metal. And my parents actually had one that I think my dad still has magazines in it, but I would love to have that one someday. It's gold, and it's very 70s. It's got this kind of funky pattern on the side. Anyway, so I thought Henry was going to make an appearance. She's flying around the apartment somewhere, but she has not flown by. Anyway, so I wanted to do a series on albums. I'm going to get cozy. I wanted to do a series on albums, and we had already talked about Pretty in Pink. And this one that I'm going to talk about today is another one of my favorites. I do have a little disclaimer. I don't mean anything insulting, derogatory, racist, politically incorrect when I use the term gypsy. Gypsy was a term that I grew up with. Fortune teller, bohemian, boho, travelers. I mean, I don't know what the correct term is, and I did like a little research before I started the video, because I was like, I don't really want to offend anybody, because I guess there are some stereotypes and it came from that, and so you should actually use the word Roma or I don't know, but that's what we always called them. So I think where my love affair with this stuff started was we had wooden puzzles by an artist, and her name was Molly Brett. You can Google her. She did these adorable little children's books and puzzles, and we had these wooden puzzles, and we used to call them just the teddy bear puzzles. But as I got older and did a little research, I found out that the artist was Molly Brett. And there's one of the seaside that we had, absolutely beautiful. I do love the ocean. And then there's one of a little camp, and it had like the little caravan and the teddy bears, and it had like the little teapot is on like a little campfire, and it's just adorable. And I would stare at that puzzle for hours and just think about what it would be like to be in that little camp. And every little animal character in that picture is doing something fun. So if you get a chance, and maybe I will I don't know if I'm allowed to post it. Maybe I will put a picture in the community tab of what the Molly Brett puzzles that we had looked like. But she is an author and artist, and I don't know if she's still alive, actually. I'll have to look that up. But I loved the whole fortune teller gypsy thing. It was, remember how like it was always in like Scooby-Doo cartoons, like you'd always go see Madam Whatever, or sometimes like Shaggy would dress up like a fortune teller. And I was a fortune teller or a gypsy like 3 times for Halloween. I would do like my bangle bracelets on like clip earrings and scarves, and I absolutely loved it. And of course my style now is very flowy, always wearing dresses. I kind of go back and forth between like that style and then like the really tailored, like fun, like Audrey Hepburn kind of style. Those are kind of like my 2 looks that I really enjoy. But this album, Little Queen, had that theme. And I remember staring at this album the way that I stared at that puzzle, and just thought about what it would be like to be out like traveling around. You had your little caravan thing and all of these animals. I've got an archer here. This album I loved. That must have been such a fun photo shoot. I can't even imagine. Maybe it wasn't. I don't want to know if it wasn't, because in my mind it looks fabulous. But this is the album that had Barracuda, Love Alive, Sylvan Song, Dream of the Archer, Kick It Out, Little Queen, Treat Me Well, Say Hello, Cry to Me, Go On Cry. So my favorite side of this album is the Little Queen side 2. I loved Say Hello. It has this sound at the beginning. There we go. It has this sound at the beginning that almost sounds like a card game or something. There's just a lot of excitement, a lot of talking, and it's just kind of a fun song. But I love this album. And this was one of the albums that I got rid of. Feather on me or something. This was one of the albums that I got rid of when I got rid of my album collection. It has a lot of skips on it. This one does not. I got this one at a secondhand store. It took me a very long time to find this, and finally my brother-in-law at the time took me to a bunch of record stores. I think we were in Concord, New Hampshire, and they had a ton of record stores. And this one, there was a huge record store. It had everything. Everything was so organized, and everything was in such good condition. They all had these plastic covers. They were all guaranteed. And I got this one for like $10, and I would have paid more, but I love this album. I also have the Heart, I think it was the 85 or 86, just the red cover, kind of their big comeback album. And I have Dreamboat Annie, of course. And I want to say I have Magazine. I'm not sure. But I have a few Heart albums. When I used to have like almost all of them. So I'm a little disappointed that I got rid of so many of them. But they were very well loved and not in great shape. So rebuying them is probably my better move. But timeless. Absolutely love this. I would say this is my favorite Heart album. 50% of that is for the artwork, but it's a great album as well, and you really can't go wrong with Heart. I don't think that they have a bad album. I really enjoy their music. I've always enjoyed them. So that is today's album, Little Queen, and it's one of my favorites. So I will be doing a little video, probably not as long as this one, because I kind of wanted to give you like the background setup of where I am. But I was going to do like short little videos on the different albums that I have and what I love about them and see what you guys think about them. Also, I saw Heart in concert with Cheap Trick many years ago. Such a great concert. And I know that they've toured recently. There was one of them had some medical issues. I think it was Anne had some medical issues. But I know that I had a friend who saw them in Florida and absolutely loved the show. So they are still around. They are still out touring and stuff. So hopefully they'll get better and they'll be touring again because they're so talented. And yeah. So that's it for today. Comment below. I would love to get your feedback on this album, and I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Take care.